The body whispers before it screams, and the universe always whispers first. And right now, it's whispering loud. Today is not like yesterday. Something invisible is shifting under your skin, and if you're honest, you've already felt it, haven't you? The strange heaviness in the morning, the dreams that make no sense. That pressure in your chest that comes and goes like a silent wave. You're not broken. You're not overthinking. You're tuning into something most people will sleep through. Because this isn't just another new moon. It's a super new moon, a rare one, closer to Earth, stronger in pull, and more intense in silence. It's not loud, but it's powerful. You can't see it in the sky, but your body, it can feel it. That's not fluff. That's physics. The moon controls tides, and you are 70% water. When it pulls the oceans, it pulls you too. And here's the truth. This moon will affect everyone, but not everyone will know it. Some will spiral into confusion, chaos, emotional exhaustion, while others will rise, realign, reclaim their direction. The difference? Awareness. And right now, the universe brought you here for a reason. This energy is not here to destroy you. It's here to strip away the noise. It's here to reveal what's been hidden beneath your distractions. But only if you're awake. Only if you respond. The moon doesn't force, it invites. And right now it's inviting you to look at the 8 clear signs that this lunar energy is already rewriting your path, whether you notice it or not. So listen, my friend. This could be the start of your next breakthrough, or the beginning of another cycle you didn't choose. But after this video, you'll know exactly where you stand. Don't scroll past this message. Like this video, subscribe if you feel this shift, and let's dive into the signs the moon is sending you, because the one you ignore might be the one that was meant to save your path. Sign 1. Mood swings that feel out of character. And as the moon pulls the ocean's tides without ever making a sound, it's pulling you too, silently, deeply, invisibly. That's where we left off. And now it's time to face the first clear sign. This super new moon is already working through you. You've probably noticed it. Waves of emotion that don't seem to belong to anything specific. One moment you're calm, and the next, irritated for no reason. Restless, sentimental, maybe even sad, but with no story to attach it to. It feels out of character, almost like your emotions are someone else's. But they're not. They're yours. They've just been stirred by something older, something bigger, something above. Here's the truth most people overlook. The moon doesn't just influence water. It governs the tides, and you, human being, are made of over 70% water. That's not spiritual fluff. That's biological fact. So when the moon shifts, you shift. Your blood, your brain chemistry, your hormonal flow, it all dances subtly to the rhythm of lunar gravity. You are a walking ocean. And this moon, it's shaking the inner tides. Ever feel like you're carrying something heavy but can't explain what it is? That's not just stress. That's emotional flooding. The super new moon acts like an energetic magnet, pulling what's buried in the dark corners of your emotional ocean. It doesn't do this to punish, it does it to reveal, and that's why you feel out of sorts. The moon is not giving you emotions, it's lifting the lid off ones you didn't even know were still there. Like the full moon lights up the night sky, the new moon lights up your internal shadow, but instead of showing it with brightness, it shows it with pressure. Pressure in the chest, pressure in the mind, a restlessness you can't name. And this is where many people spiral because they think something's wrong with them. Let's break that lie right now. You're not broken, you're shifting. You're being moved like the sea beneath the moon. It's not chaos, it's chemistry. The moon doesn't just move oceans, it moves emotions. That quote isn't poetic, It's ancient truth. Indigenous tribes, mystics, and modern science have all pointed to it. When the moon is full, everything expands. When it's new, everything contracts. Emotionally, that contraction feels like a pull inward toward what hasn't been healed. Think of the moon like a hand beneath still water. When it stirs, hidden things rise. Old sadness, forgotten guilt, strange joy, deep longing. This isn't just a mood swing, it's a soul current, and those who fight it, they drown in confusion. But the wise ones, the ones like you, they float with it. They watch, they reflect, they realign. Imagine you are a boat gently anchored. Most days you feel stable, but when the moon gets close, especially during a super new moon, those hidden anchors begin to shift. Not break, just shift. And suddenly, you feel the motion. That's why your emotions feel out of character. It's not that you're unstable. It's that the tides are moving and your soul is adjusting its anchor points. The key here is not to fear the movement. It's to notice it. What patterns rise with this emotional wave? What feelings keep repeating? What triggers are louder than usual? Don't drown in the mood. Decode it. Because what you're feeling now is not random. It's a message. This is your emotional tide speaking. And the wise ones, they don't avoid the storm. They sail with it. So if your mood has felt strange, deep, or unpredictable, congratulations. You're not off track. You're aligned. This is the first clear sign that this moon has touched you, and you're responding, not resisting. And what comes next? Well, it dives even deeper than emotion. Because if your mood is being stirred, what else is being woken up beneath the surface? Let's find out. Sign 2. Vivid dreams, restless nights, or waking at strange times. And if your emotions are the first waves stirred by the moon, then your dreams, they are the deep sea currents, the ones that flow when you're not even aware you're sailing. Because once the moon shifts your emotional tides, it moves into the realm of your subconscious, quietly, mysteriously, powerfully. That's why so many people report vivid dreams, restless sleep, or waking up at odd hours, especially during a super new moon. And no, it's not just because you drank coffee late or forgot to silence your phone. There's a biological mechanism behind it. During the new moon, your body produces less melatonin, the hormone that regulates your sleep-wake cycle. Lunar darkness affects your pineal gland. Your body doesn't fully settle. Your mind doesn't fully rest. But here's where it gets even more fascinating. When sleep is light, the subconscious becomes loud, and the mind, instead of going into full repair mode, enters what psychologists call subconscious sorting. It's like a deep inner cleanse. Your brain defrags like a computer, clearing cached emotions, looping thoughts, old fears, suppressed memories. But instead of showing you loading bars, it shows you dreams. And those dreams, they aren't random. Sleep isn't rest, it's revelation. That quote might sound poetic, but it's a direct reflection of what's happening inside your psyche right now. The dream about the person you haven't seen in years, the sudden nightmare, the oddly peaceful dream that left you emotional the next morning. They're all part of your soul's inbox, and that inbox during the super new moon gets flooded. Your dreams are not meaningless. They're the messages your conscious mind couldn't hear in the chaos of your day. The moon simply turns down the volume on the world so your inner voice can get a word in. So if you've been tossing and turning, if sleep feels strange or fragmented, don't dismiss it. Don't try to force it into a schedule. Listen to it. Something inside you is trying to show you what you've ignored in the daylight. The moon doesn't speak in sentences. It speaks in symbols. And your dreams, that's where it whispers the loudest. Sign 3. flashbacks, guilt, random past thoughts. And when the dreams begin to speak, they often awaken more than just imagination. They stir memory. You wake up with a face in your mind you haven't thought about in years, a moment, a mistake, a feeling. And suddenly, the past isn't so distant. It's standing right behind your present, whispering things you thought were buried. But this isn't random. It's not emotional regression. It's lunar excavation. Because this supernew moon doesn't only affect your emotions or your sleep, it reaches deep into your psychic basement. It shines no light, but it brings weight, the kind that pulls old memories from where they were hidden. This is the moon's shadow phase, not visible in the sky, but casting light on what's been emotionally suppressed. And that old guilt, that random flashback, that memory you thought you made peace with, it's showing up again because it's not done. Not in a punishing way, but in a cleansing one. You're not regressing. You're finally seeing what was never fully healed. Think of it this way. The moon is a cosmic archaeologist, and your inner world is ancient land. Each emotional layer holds a fossil. Some are beautiful moments you forgot. Others are remnants of pain, regret, missed opportunities, or unresolved stories. During this lunar reset, the moon brushes away the dust. It doesn't do it to haunt you. It does it so you can decide, keep carrying this, or let it go. And let's be honest, some of these memories feel random because you've buried them so well. But the body never forgets. The mind never really deletes. It stores what's unprocessed like emotional artifacts, and the supernew moon gives you a brief window to uncover them, not to suffer through them, but to finally release them. So if you've felt nostalgic or heavy or randomly triggered, don't panic. That's not weakness, that's release. The moon is surfacing what no longer belongs in the next version of you. And it's doing so with precision, because the you that's emerging doesn't need to carry the weight of who you were. You're not breaking down, you're breaking open. Sign 4. Tightness in chest, buzzing in hands, random fatigue or hunger. And once the memories begin to rise, once the emotional fossils have been dusted off by the moon's invisible hands, your body, it responds. Because healing isn't just something that happens in your mind. It happens in your muscles, your chest, your skin, your heartbeat. If you felt a strange tightness in your chest, a buzzing in your hands, a wave of fatigue that hits out of nowhere, or even an odd spike in hunger, don't shrug it off. This isn't just stress. It's transformation. Physical, real, lunar. During a supernew moon, the gravitational pull isn't just energetic, it's physiological. The moon compresses energy into the nervous system, like turning up the voltage on your inner wiring. And because your nervous system is the body's communication highway, your entire system begins to translate that frequency into physical sensations. The body is the antenna, the moon is the signal. And right now, the signal is strong. You might be feeling like your body is glitching. 1 hour you feel fine. The next, you're drained, emotional, hungry, restless. But what if I told you that's not a malfunction? It's an upgrade. Your body is getting a firmware update from the galaxy, that tingling sensation. That's your system integrating a new frequency. That tightness in your chest. It's unexpressed emotion moving upward. That sudden hunger? It might not be about food. It might be your body asking for fuel to support this energetic shift. The fatigue? That's your system forcing you to rest so it can recalibrate. But here's the beautiful part. You're not being broken. You're being rewired. And yes, the process can feel messy. But healing always comes with signals. And your job is not to silence them. Your job is to listen. So the next time you feel that strange body sensation, pause. Ask, What is this teaching me? Because your body isn't acting against you, it's speaking for you, loudly, honestly, celestially. You're not glitching, you're aligning. Don't fear the frequency, let it tune you. Sign 5. Either complete mental fog or sudden urges to change everything. And as your body recalibrates, buzzing, resting, craving, releasing, your mind begins its own kind of storm, or silence. For some, this super new moon brings a heavy fog, a strange inability to focus, like your thoughts are swimming through syrup. For others, it hits like a lightning bolt, sudden clarity, a rush of vision, the overwhelming urge to change everything, your job, your habits, your relationships, even your whole identity. Two extremes, one cause. This isn't inconsistency, it's a collapse. Because that's what new moons do. They close out old timelines. They dissolve energetic contracts that have quietly expired. The people, the plans, the paths that once made sense now feel hazy, even hollow, and the mind, it doesn't like that. It resists uncertainty. It craves control. So when things start shifting beneath the surface, your thoughts either slow to a crawl or they race ahead of you. But here's what you need to understand. This mental fog, it's not failure, it's sorting. It's your mind making space. Space that clarity will eventually move into, and that sudden urge to burn it all down and start over. That's not madness either. It's a signal that your next chapter is knocking louder than your last one. When timelines collapse, clarity isn't lost, it's being sorted. That quote says everything. So whether you feel confused or hyper-focused right now, you're still aligned. You're still responding to something real. The fog is not here to drown you. It's here to delay impulsive reaction. And the clarity? It's not here to pressure you. It's here to direct you. Confusion is proof something is ending. Clarity means something is ready. The key is to stay still enough to notice. Don't rush into action just to escape the fog. And don't retreat from change just because it came too fast. Trust that both states, mental stillness and sudden vision, are part of the same unfolding. You're not lost. You're not behind. You're in the gap between what was and what will be. So breathe. Let the fog sit. Let the clarity land. Because either way, the moon is moving your mind, and your next steps are already being written in silence. Sign 6. A deep urge to be alone, clean, cry, pray, or sit in silence. And once the fog starts to lift, or the urge to change everything grabs hold, something else begins to rise from deep within you. Not loud, not dramatic, just a quiet, persistent pull. The need to be alone, to clean your space without knowing why, to cry for no clear reason, to pray even if you're not religious, to sit in complete silence while the rest of the world scrolls, posts, and panics. That urge, that's not you shutting down, that's your spirit tuning in. Lunar energy, especially under a super new moon, doesn't just stir the surface, it turns inward. It's like your internal compass rotates, pointing you away from distraction and straight into yourself. This isn't you being antisocial or moody. This is your system seeking solitude, because that's where the real signal is. You're not withdrawing, you're aligning. Think of yourself like a satellite dish. All month long, you're turned toward the noise, news, opinions, conversations, stress, comparison. But under this moon, something deeper takes over. The dish turns, away from chaos, toward stillness, toward source. And in that stillness, you may find yourself doing strange things, scrubbing floors like it's sacred, lighting candles for no reason, talking to the moon through tears, wanting to delete half your contacts or clean your closet at midnight. That's not you being irrational. That's you creating space for transmission. That's how energy moves when it's trying to land. Because your soul isn't bored, it's hungry, and silence is its language. So if you've felt this deep pull to isolate, to cry, to cleanse, to sit on the floor in a quiet room and just be, follow it. That's not laziness. That's lunar intelligence guiding you inward. Your spirit is craving a signal, and that signal can't break through static. It needs quiet. Let the world keep spinning. Your power is in the pause. Let the moon speak in stillness. You're not disconnecting. You're finally dialing in. Sign 7. That pressure in your chest, like a cosmic countdown. And after you've turned away from the noise, after the silence starts to settle in and your soul begins to breathe again, something strange happens. A weight, right in the middle of your chest. No words, no cause, just a pressure that comes and goes like a wave you can't see but can absolutely feel. It tightens when you're still. It lingers when you're about to make a decision. It whispers, something's coming. This is the 7th sign, and it's one of the most misunderstood. Because when people feel this tension in their chest, they often think they're anxious, on edge, or just off. But the truth is far more powerful than that. That pressure, it's not fear, it's energy. It's not panic, it's a cosmic countdown. See, your subconscious is always 3 steps ahead of your conscious mind. It's tuned into frequencies, vibrations, energetic currents that your logical brain hasn't caught up to yet. That strange pressure in your chest, it's your system registering that something is shifting long before your conscious thoughts put words to it. Energy arrives before explanation. That's why the body speaks before the mind understands. That's why your chest knows before your head catches up. It's like sensing thunder before the lightning flashes. You can't see it, but you know it's about to crack the sky. We're not talking about paranoia. We're talking about perception, premonition, intuitive intelligence. The same way animals know when a storm is coming. The same way you've probably had that "I just know something is about to happen" feeling before something did. That's not a coincidence. That's your energetic field registering shifts in the collective current. During a super new moon, this sensitivity becomes amplified. You're not just feeling your tension, you're feeling the build-up in the energetic grid. A pressure that says, you're not where you're supposed to be yet. But something is calling you forward. And if you've been feeling like something big is around the corner, but you can't name it, you're not crazy. You're connected. The chest is where your heart sits. It's where truth lives. And pressure in that space is often a signal that something inside you wants to move, be birthed, be seen. But because we live in a world that constantly tells us to ignore that voice, we label it as anxiety instead of insight. We medicate it instead of listening to it. We bury it instead of decoding it. But not you. You're here. And that matters. Because this pressure in your chest isn't trying to suffocate you. It's trying to wake you. It's momentum waiting to become motion. Have you ever noticed how, right before a life-changing decision, your body tenses? Before a leap, before a confession, before a breakthrough, there's always that pause, that internal holding of the breath. Like life is taking one last inhale before it exhales something new through you. That's what this is. That's what this pressure means. It's not something to fix, it's something to follow. And here's the beautiful part. You don't have to do anything dramatic right now. You just have to acknowledge the signal. Breathe into it. Place your hand over your heart when it hits. Ask it what it wants to tell you. Because sometimes the most powerful transformations start with a whisper in the chest, not a shout from the sky. This pressure is not the end of something. It's the start of alignment. It's the build-up before release, the silence before the song, the moment before the curtain rises. You're not breaking, you're not spiraling, You're standing at the edge of something new, and the universe is simply letting you feel the weight of it before it begins. Trust it, let it speak, and when it's time, you'll know. Sign 8. Feeling drawn to things you left unfinished. Ideas, people, projects. And once you've felt that pressure, like the universe pressing its fingerprint on your chest, something even deeper begins to stir. Not in your present, not in your immediate reality, but in the spaces you thought you had closed. The ideas you abandoned, the projects you shelved, the dreams you swore you'd get back to someday. Suddenly, they start pulling at you again. Quietly at first, then all at once. You find yourself thinking about that book you started writing, that voice memo you never shared, that conversation you never had, that version of you that once burned with purpose and then faded into the background when life got loud. But here's what you need to hear, and hear clearly. That wasn't a failure. That wasn't a dead end. That dream didn't die. It paused. Because this super new moon is not just about endings. It's about reactivations. And if you're feeling called to revisit something you once loved, it's not nostalgia. It's a signal. This moon is a portal for renewal, a spiritual window opening just wide enough for you to reach back and pull something forward. Not everything you left behind belongs in your future. But some things, they were always part of it. The universe reactivates what still belongs to your becoming. You didn't land back at this dream by accident. It's showing up now because the energy is finally right for it to grow. You weren't ready before. Life wasn't aligned. You didn't have the perspective. But now the moon is telling you the soil is soft again. The season has returned. You have to understand this. Unfinished doesn't mean failed. It means fertile. It means waiting. Like seeds buried in winter, some of your ideas were never meant to bloom right away. They needed time. They needed your evolution. They needed this version of you. The wiser one, the more focused one, the one who's done hiding from their own potential. So, if you've been thinking about an old passion or feeling pulled towards something that used to light you up, don't dismiss it. That's not random. That's spiritual memory kicking in. Your soul is trying to hand you the missing piece to your own expansion. And yes, it will feel awkward, maybe even emotional. You might open that old journal or pull up that dusty file and feel both shame and excitement. That's okay. Let it move through you. This isn't about fixing what's old. It's about finishing what still matters. You're not going backwards. You're reclaiming what you were always meant to carry forward. The people who succeed aren't always the most talented. They're the ones who return, who revisit, who finish, who listen when the dream taps them on the shoulder and says, "It's time." So let this moon show you what's not dead. Let it remind you that no version of you ever truly disappears. The child in you who imagined freely, the artist in you who once believed, the creator in you who once tried, they're all still there, waiting for this moment. This moon didn't show